Imagine a place where stable democracy meets laid-back atmosphere, where wealth doesn't always equal safety, and where cultural appeal can outshine economic power. Welcome to the intriguing world of South America's top contenders for the title of richest, safest, and sexiest country. In South America, money speaks loudly when it comes to surprising economic powerhouses. Did you know that neither Argentina nor Brazil is the richest nation on the continent? Let's examine the financial details of Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay to determine which country has the most remarkable bank account. Chile is the leader of South America in terms of economic power. Chile has the greatest GDP per capita in the region as of 2022, with an astounding $15,000. This isn't just a figure on paper. For Chileans, it translates to a high level of living that is on par with many wealthy countries. What, though, is the key to Chile's economic prosperity? Below the surface is the solution. The mining business in Chile, especially the copper industry, is a major contributor to the nation's riches. A sizable amount of Chile's GDP comes from copper exports, solidifying the country's standing as the top economy in South America. Frequently eclipsed by its more sizable neighbors, Uruguay is quietly establishing itself in the world of business. Uruguay is well known for having a stable economy, low rates of inflation, and a high quality of living that is higher than that of many of its neighbors. The nation's success can be ascribed to its robust agricultural industry and its progressive emphasis on renewable energy. Let's now discuss Argentina. Argentina has experienced significant economic difficulties despite having an abundance of natural resources and promising agricultural prospects. Argentina's GDP per person in 2022 was approximately $9,000, which was indicative of the country's continuous financial difficulties. The economy of the nation has historically been unstable, with periods of hyperinflation and financial crises impeding stability. Argentina's economic problems are caused by a number of things, such as a reliance on foreign loans and a large public debt. These problems have added to an unstable economy that has had trouble stabilizing. But it's important to remember that because of its size and wealth of resources, Argentina still has one of the biggest economies in South America despite these difficulties. Which nation then provides its people with the finest mix of prosperity and economic stability? Although Chile has the highest GDP per capita, Uruguay is a serious competitor due to its steady economic growth and stability. Despite its potential, Argentina nonetheless faces economic challenges that affect its overall financial stability. The stability of a country's society and the safety of its streets are more important indicators of its attractiveness than its economic might. As we begin to prioritize well-being over income, a new frontrunner appears. Which nation jumps out as the safest refuge in South America, and what mysteries does it conceal? Generally speaking, South America is not very safe, but you could be surprised by the reality. Let's examine the Global Peace Index, a thorough evaluation of safety based on more than 20 indicators, such as political stability, militarization, and crime rates. The countries that are actually the safest in the region are clearly shown by this index. Uruguay is the safest country in the world, with a Global Peace Index ranking of 50th. This little country's stable democracy and low crime rate have helped it to establish a reputation as a quiet sanctuary, as evidenced by the fact that 96% of Uruguayans take part in voluntary democratic elections. The nation's general safety and stability are greatly enhanced by this degree of civic engagement. Argentina, which is ranked 54th on the Global Peace Index, is not far behind. Argentina manages to keep both its citizens and visitors secure despite facing certain difficulties, most notably with regard to minor crimes. Chile, which comes up at number 58 on the Global Peace Index, completes our trifecta. In addition to being well known for its economic prowess, Chile is regarded as one of the safer nations in South America. Though Chile has a generally good safety record, it's important to remember that it occasionally experiences difficulties in the form of rallies and demonstrations, which might give the sense of instability. Let's examine more closely at what makes Uruguay unique with regard to safety. The nation is renowned for its robust democratic traditions and progressive social programs. These elements support a society with low levels of social unrest and high levels of faith in the government. According to one analyst, Uruguay is well known for its stable democracy, inclusive social policies, and low crime rate, making it among the safest countries in South America year after year. It's crucial to remember, though, that safety problems do exist in Uruguay. Particularly, robberies are mentioned as a problem that affects both locals and visitors. This serves as a reminder that even though Uruguay is the most safe of our three competitors, caution is still required whether visiting or residing abroad. Argentina has a distinct charm all its own, even with a slightly lower safety rating. The nation's breathtaking scenery and dynamic culture never cease to entice tourists from around the globe. However, especially in metropolitan areas, travelers should be mindful of increased instances of small-time crimes like pickpocketing and robberies. Conversely, Chile exhibits a distinct safety profile. According to one report, South America's safest nations is consistently Chile. Chile is a very safe place for vacationers, with a robust economy, low crime rates, and a stable democracy. However, some visitors may be concerned about the country's perceived volatility due to sporadic rallies and demonstrations. Uruguay might be the safest country, but there's a newcomer on the horizon. Prepare to learn which country in South America has such strong cultural attractions that they outweigh worries about safety or money. Welcome to the alluring side of South America, where charm, food, and culture converge to produce an enticing attraction. Each of Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay has a distinct combination of attractions that draw tourists from all over the world. Let's investigate what it is that makes these nations so unique. Tango is a specialty of Argentina, the home of passion and rhythm. This sensual dance, which originated in Buenos Aires in the late 1800s, captures the ferocious essence of the nation. However, Argentina's allure extends beyond the dance floor. Buenos Aires, the nation's capital, pulsates with energy day and night and has a thriving nightlife scene to match any major city in the globe. There's always somewhere to enjoy the Argentinian zeal for life, from posh bars to hidden clubs. Conversely, Chile entices tourists with its astounding variety of natural features. Imagine yourself surrounded by untamed mountains and glaciers as you stand above the majestic peaks of Torres del Paine National Park. Go now to the aridest non-polar desert on Earth, the Atacama Desert, and immerse yourself in its bizarre scenery. Because of its diverse geography, Chile is a haven for both nature lovers and thrill seekers. Despite being the smallest of our three countries, Uruguay has a lot of laid-back charm. Imagine yourself meandering down the sun-kissed beaches of Punta del Este or Montevideo, where the laid-back attitude of the coast is evocative of Western Europe. The cafe culture of Uruguay urges you to take things leisurely, enjoy a coffee, and take in the scenery in traditional South American fashion. Every nation has its unique reputation when it comes to gastronomic treats. The iconic asado, a barbecue that's more than simply a meal, but a cultural celebration, features Argentina's renowned meat. The sight, aroma, and flavor of expertly cooked meat may leave any gourmet enthusiast in a daze. Chile has contributed liquid food to the globe of gastronomy. The outstanding wines of the nation, especially those from the Maipo Valley, have won praise from around the world. A meal or a sunset vista of the Andes are best enjoyed with a glass of Chilean red wine. The asado culture of Uruguay is comparable to that of Argentina, although it has its own distinct flavor. Here, enjoying grilled meats with friends and family is emphasized as a community experience. It is evidence of the nation's focus on kinship ties and shared pleasures. These countries' attractive architecture adds much more to their allure. Buenos Aires dazzles with its architecture designed in the European style, such as the colorful mansions of La Boca and the famous pink Casa Rosada. Historic districts of the city, such as San Telmo, are rich in artistic and cultural expression. Chile's capital, Santiago, is a startling mix of the ancient and the modern. A nation's ability to reconcile history and progress is reflected in the skyline that is composed of both modern skyscrapers and historic buildings. Chile's historical trajectory is visually represented by the city's architecture. The capital of Uruguay, Montevideo, entices tourists with its lovely waterfront and colonial architecture. While still teeming with contemporary vitality, the ancient Ciudad Vieja, Old City, feels like a step back in time, providing a look into the nation's rich past. Which nation then provides the most alluring fusion of natural beauty, culture, and lifestyle appeal? Of our three countries, Argentina stands out as the cultural giant, even though each has its own special qualities. Its exuberant nightlife, exquisite food, exquisite architecture, and passionate tango combine to offer an unbeatable package.